Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Today we're heading to a really captivating corner of India. It's known as the Land of the Rising Sun.
Mhm.
And that's not just, a nice poetic name.
No, it's quite literal.
Exactly. Deep inside the state, there's Dong Village. It's actually the very first place in India that gets the morning sun each day.
Quite something.
So our mission today, we're going to unpack all the unique facts about Arunachal Pradesh. We want to move beyond the usual ideas and really explore its incredible geography, its vibrant cultures, and its really crucial strategic importance.
Yeah, it's a place that definitely warrants a closer look.
It really is a remarkable part of the country.
And we've gathered quite a bit for this, lots of articles, some solid research, listener notes too, and they all point to a state with these amazing contrasts, loads of hidden wonders.
Okay.
You'll see pretty quickly, Arunachal isn't just about its location on the map. It's this living tapestry, right? Different communities, ancient traditions, incredible nature. It all weaves together.
Okay, so let's start with some basics then. Get our bearings.
Good idea.
The capital is Itanagar,
Correct.
and the area. It's pretty big, isn't it?
Yeah.
83,743 square kilometers.
That's right. 14th largest state in India, size-wise.
But here's the thing that always gets me, despite being so large. The population is only around, what, 1.6 million?
Yeah, roughly. Which makes it the least populous state in India.
Wow, that's a huge contrast. And it became a full state relatively recently, Feb 20, 1987.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that combination, huge area, small population mean for the state?
Well, it shapes almost everything. Think about infrastructure challenges, but also how it helps preserve so much wilderness. And if you zoom out on the map, its location is just critical.
Borders, right?
Exactly. You've got China, the Tibet Autonomous Region to the north, Myanmar to the east, Assam down south, and Bhutan to the west.
So it's a major border state. Strategic is probably an understatement.
Definitely. A real frontier region plays a massive role in India's security and geopolitics.
And the land itself.
Yeah.
Looking at a map, it's mostly mountains.
Predominantly, yes. Mountains, deep valleys cutting through them, and these incredibly thick forests.
Thick is right. I read somewhere it's like 80% forest cover.
That's the figure, yeah. 80%. Just imagine that huge expanse of green. It's quite something.
Wow.
And weaving through all that, you have these vital rivers. The big one is the Shang River.
Which is the Brahmaputra, basically,
Yeah.
as it enters India.
Precisely. That's the Brahmaputra coming in from Tibet. But there are other major ones too, the Subansiri, Lohit, Kameng, Tirap. They carve out the landscape, feed the valleys. Lifelines, really.
And all the mountains, forests, rivers must lead to pretty varied weather.
Oh, absolutely. You get alpine conditions up north, think snow-capped peaks. Then it becomes more subtropical further south.
Which explains the biodiversity, I guess.
Exactly. That range in climate fosters incredibly diverse ecosystems. It's a proper biodiversity hotspot.
Okay, so beyond the amazing geography, let's talk about the people. Because that's where Arunachal gets incredibly vibrant, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's a true mosaic of identities. You're talking over 26 major tribes and more than 100 subtribes.
Wow. Any prominent ones?
Well, there are many, but you often hear about the Nishi, the Adi, the Apatani, the Monpa, each with their own distinct culture, traditions, way of life, all coexisting.
And the festivals must be something else.
They really are. It's a huge part of life there, often tied to farming cycles or ancient beliefs.
Yeah.
You've got Losar, the Tibetan New Year for the Monpas, lots of prayers, traditional dances.
Okay.
Then the Adi tribe has Solung, which is a harvest festival, seeking prosperity. The Apatani celebrate Dri, praying for a good harvest, big community feasts. And the Nishi have Nyokumyulo, celebrating harmony with nature.
Sounds incredibly rich. Lots of color and community spirit.
Definitely. They're not just parties. They really connect people to their roots, their land.
And I imagine their traditional clothing is quite distinctive, too.
Very much so. Each tribe has unique garments, often with amazing woven patterns, bright colors, beautiful handmade jewelry, too. And they're masters of using bamboo and cane for everything, crafts, baskets, even building.
And real artistry, using what nature provides.
Totally. Passed down through generations.
And the religious landscape.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Monpas and Tibetan New Year, so Buddhism is there.
Yes, Mahayana Buddhism is prominent, especially around Tawang because of the historical links to Tibet. But you also have Donya Polo, which is a fascinating indigenous animist faith.
Donyapelo. Sun and moon.
Exactly. Dani is the sun, Polo is the moon. They're revered as symbols of truth, wisdom, the source of life. It's a very deep connection to the cosmos and nature.
Interesting.
And then alongside those, you also find Christianity and Hinduism have significant followings too. So it's a very pluralistic place spiritually.
Okay, so many tribes, diverse traditions.
Yeah.
How do they all communicate? This brings us to languages, and I heard something pretty incredible about this.
Ah, yes, the languages. Arunachal is, well, astonishingly diverse linguistically.
How diverse?
We're talking more than 90 distinct languages and dialects.
90.
Over 90. And here's the really fascinating part. Most of them are unwritten.
Unwritten. So they're passed down.
How orally? Through stories, songs, community memory, generation to generation. It makes Arunachal one of the world's richest linguistic regions. Just imagine the history held in those spoken words.
That's incredible. A living library. So with all that local diversity, what's the official language? How do people from different tribes talk to each other or deal with government stuff?
Well, the official language of the state is actually English.
English. Interesting.
Yeah, it serves as that bridge language for intertribal communication, education, administration. It's a unique situation, a global language facilitating connection across dozens of indigenous tongues.
Wow. And speaking of unique cultural things, I read about the Apatani women and their nose plugs.
Ah, yes, the traditional nose plugs and facial tattoos. It was a practice mostly discontinued now by the younger generations, but it was a symbol of identity, beauty, maybe even status within their community.
A visual part of their heritage.
Exactly. And their home, the Ziro Valley, it's actually being considered for UNESCO World Heritage status.
Really? Why? Just the beauty.
The beauty is stunning, for sure, but the nomination is specifically for their unique, ancient system of sustainable farming. Paddy cum fish cultivation and water management.
Ah, right. Farming rice and fish together.
Yes. It's this incredible example of ancient ecological wisdom that's still relevant today.
Amazing. Okay, let's shift gears slightly. Prepare for some aha moments, because Arunachal's biodiversity is apparently off the charts.
It really is a proper hotspot. Think about this. Over 500 species of orchids alone, many found nowhere else.
500 orchids.
Yep. And the wildlife. You've got the cute red pandas, those amazing hornbills, the super elusive clouded leopards, and even snow leopards up in the higher mountains.
Snow leopards, too. Wow. It's like a checklist of rare Asian wildlife.
It really is. And there's one place that kind of sums it all up, Namdapha National Park.
Namdapha. What's special about it?
Get this. It's the only park in the whole world where you can find all 4 of the big cat species.
All 4. You mean?
Tiger, the common leopard, the snow leopard, and the clouded leopard. All in one park.
No way. That's incredible. How is that even possible?
It just highlights the incredible range of habitats within Namdapha, from tropical forests up to alpine meadows. It's ecologically unique.
Definitely an aha moment. Okay, we absolutely have to talk about Tawang Monastery.
Can't miss Tawang. It's huge. Largest monastery in India.
And second largest in the world.
Second largest in the world, exactly. Sitting way up at 2,700 meters. Home to over 400 monks. The scale, the setting, the spiritual atmosphere, it's breathtaking.
It's incredible.
And it's not just its size. Tawang is historically significant, too. The region is the birthplace of the 6th Dalai Lama, Sangyang Gyatso.
Ah, okay. So it's a major center for Tibetan Buddhism.
A vital center. A really important place of pilgrimage and study. History, faith, amazing scenery. It all comes together there.
And what about Ziro Valley? We mentioned the Apatani culture, but the place itself.
Ziro is stunning, famous for its landscapes, that unique paddy fish farming we talked about.
Right.
And it hosts the Ziro Music Festival.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. It's supposed to be very cool, very eco-friendly.
Extremely.
Yeah.
It's this fantastic mix of local tribal culture, which is everywhere, alongside indie bands, rock, fusion music from all over India and the world. A really unique vibe.
Sounds amazing.
Oh.
Are there other spots people should know about? Maybe less famous ones.
Oh, definitely. There's Sila Pass, incredible views, that high-altitude Selo Lake, which often freezes over. Very mystical.
Okay.
Bomdila is another town with great Himalayan views and its own monastery. Muchuka Valley, up near the China border, is stunningly beautiful, very peaceful, great insight into local life.
Muchuka, yeah.
And for real offbeat stuff. Maybe Sangti Valley. It's where black-necked cranes come to winter.
Black-necked cranes. From Tibet.
Yep. And Glow Lake, a hidden alpine lake, really pristine.
Yeah.
Arunachal is full of these gems if you explore.
So much to see. Okay, let's talk about the economy. How does daily life work? What drives things?
Well, fundamentally, Arunachal is agrarian. Agriculture is the backbone.
So rice, maize,
Rice, maize, millet, those are the staples. But horticulture is really taking off.
like fruits.
Exactly. They're becoming quite famous for really high-quality apples, kiwi fruit, and especially oranges. Really sweet, delicious
I
oranges.
loved it.
And you can't forget the local handicrafts. Bamboo and cane work is huge, baskets, furniture, all sorts. Weaving is another major skill, especially for women, producing these beautiful textiles with tribal designs. Wood carving, too.
So traditional skills are still economically important.
Very much so. And looking ahead, there's just enormous potential in hydroelectric power. All those fast-flowing rivers, it's a massive untapped resource for clean energy.
Right. But it can't all be easy. We mentioned the mountains.
No, absolutely. The challenges are significant. That difficult terrain makes large-scale industry tough. And road connectivity, while it's improving, is still a huge hurdle. Getting goods and people around can be difficult and slow in many areas.
And why is that connectivity so critical? It brings us back to the strategic point, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. That long, sensitive border with China, it looms large.
The claims over territory, like Tawang being called South Tibet.
Exactly. That ongoing dispute means the region is geopolitically very sensitive. It's a frontier in every sense.
Which explains the heavy presence of the Indian Army and the BRO, the Border Roads Organization.
Precisely. The BRO does incredible work there, building and maintaining roads in some of the toughest conditions imaginable. These roads are vital, not just for the military, but for connecting communities, for trade, for everything.
They're lifelines.
Truly. And a prime example of their current work is the Sela Tunnel.
Ah, the tunnel under Sela Pass.
That's the one. It's a massive project, going to be one of the longest bi-lane tunnels in the Northeast. When it's finished, it will provide all-weather access to Tawang.
So no more getting cut off by snow in winter.
Exactly. It'll cut travel time dramatically, improve access for everyone, military and civilians. It's a game changer for Tawang and the region, a real engineering feat.
Okay, let's wrap up with some maybe surprising facts. Things that go beyond the usual headlines about Arunachal.
All right.
Did you know it's often mentioned as having one of the lowest crime rates in India?
That's true. You sometimes even hear it called a zero crime state, which is pretty remarkable. Speaks volumes about the communities, perhaps.
Yeah, definitely.
And speaking of zero, remember we talked about connectivity? Well, the state didn't really have a major airport until quite recently. The Danyapolo Airport in Atanagar only opened in 2022.
Oh, wow, that recent. So it went from zero airports to being properly connected by air, just like that.
Pretty much. A big step for accessibility, tourism, development, and education is another area seeing progress. Literacy rates are climbing, over 66% now, and places like Rajiv Gandhi University are growing education hubs.
Good to hear. And here's one I find really fascinating for the future. That Apatani Valley, the one potentially getting UNESCO status.
Yes.
It's not just for beauty, but specifically for that sustainable agriculture system, right?
Yes.
The rice fish farming, the water management.
That's the core of the nomination, yes. It's recognition of an ancient system that's incredibly relevant today, sustainable, self-sufficient.
It feels like ancient wisdom meeting modern needs. A real testament to their foresight.
Absolutely. Ecological intelligence passed down through centuries.
Okay, let's try and bring this all together. We've journeyed through Arunachal Pradesh, stunning nature, incredibly diverse cultures, huge strategic importance, and some really surprising facts, too. From being literally the land of the rising sun to that mind-boggling linguistic diversity, the blend of ancient ways and modern changes. It's quite a place.
It really stands out, doesn't it? A unique and incredibly valuable part of India. It's got this living tapestry. You've got indigenous life, amazing biodiversity, critical geopolitics, all woven together across this challenging, beautiful landscape.
That really is.
A testament to resilience, culture, and nature still unfolding.
So that leaves a question for you, the listener. As Arunachal continues to develop, gain more attention, how do you think its unique cultural heritage, especially those unwritten languages, those ancient sustainable practices, how will they shape its future in our fast-changing world?
Yeah, what role will they play?
And what else is waiting to be discovered or understood about this incredible state? There must be more. We hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity to explore further.
Your own journey into Arunachal Pradesh, well, maybe it's only just beginning.
Absolutely. Until next time, keep digging deeper.